Oi, oi, hello, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Welcome to your weekly forecast. This is from the 11th till the 17th of May. I'm Raissa Lima. I'm an astrologer using Western Tropical Astrology and the whole house sign system. Put in your sign, Cancer, at 0 degrees in the ascendant line. So, therefore, I recommend that you watch your rising sign first, then your sun and your moon. Why? Because the houses will make sense, the theme of the houses will make sense if you watch for your rising sign. For your sun and your moon, the aspect of the planets will still make sense, but they might be in different, in other houses, yeah, according to your chart. So, anyway, we're gonna dive in, but before I do, please don't forget to just hit now, just go quickly and hit the like button. You can do it at the end of the video as well. I'm gonna remind you again. Why does it mean so much for me? Because I'm starting, this is a new channel. I started a month ago and I'm building this channel organically. So I'm not promoting, I'm not doing anything. It's just something that I really enjoy to do, is looking at transits, looking at charts, and I do from my heart. And I see that my channel is growing so nicely. Actually, wow, like a week ago I had around 40 subscribers, now I have 79. So it's slowly, and I'm very happy. But if you don't press the like button, if you don't subscribe, if you don't make any comment, I cannot know. I mean, I can see the views, and but still, yeah, I was about to give up, by the way, last week. And then I was like, no, and my son pushed me and said, mom, please keep going. You're growing, and I am. But don't forget to at least press the like button. Doesn't cost a thing. If you like this kind of content. If you don't, I mean, yeah, you can also press the don't like. You can make your comment. I'm open to both. But let's start. Let's dive in. Yeah, I'm not talking about my channel here. I want to talk about you, Cancer. What's going on for you this week? It's let's go. Monday, 11th. What do we have here? There is some energies, first of all, that will be through the whole week. One of them is Mars in Aries, as you can see, sextiling Venus. This is a beautiful alignment, as Mars is our is drive, is passion, passion is action, and but it's also the male for the woman, and Venus is the female for the man. So you have the male and the yin and yang, the feminine and the masculine, in a very supportive energy, yeah, talking to each other. If you're single, you might meet someone that you just feel like it clicks, it connects. If you are in a relationship, you might feel throughout the week that you're very supportive to each other, you want to do things together, you have plans together, and everything goes in a nice alignment. So that's, take advantage of this alignment for you. Venus is in your 12th house and Mars is in your 10th house of career. And Venus is in your 12th house of the subconscious. It doesn't, that could be themes as well, that could be feeling good in your, about yourself, coming to your realization about something, and having that passion, that drive in your career. This could be the storyline, but it could be that you might meet someone. Just want to check something, because Venus rules your 11th house, which is friends and community, and also your 4th house, which is home and family. So your private life, just take advantage of this aspect. And the other one that we have is, you can see the Mercury is coming close to the Sun and is gonna go Kazimi on the 15th. So we're gonna talk about that. Monday, what we have is the Moon conjuncting the North Node, as you can see here, on your 9th house in Pisces. So the Moon in Pisces is very intuitive, and you're a Cancer. Your water sign, the Moon in water sign. So when the Moon hit any water sign, you feel the most. So the Moon in your sign, or the Moon in Pisces, or the Moon in Scorpio, makes you even more sensitive and even more intuitive, and even your feelings are deeper than maybe other signs. Also depends where your moon are, but in general, Cancerians are very emotional. They it's water signs. Yeah, it's water with water. Now, in the morning, there is this conjunction, which is a karmic nudge. It's soft, but it's undeniable. Yeah, because Pisces doesn't knock; it dissolves the door, the entrance. So emotions, intuitions, and dreams. Spices is not spicy, but it's about the dreams. So what I would suggest here is that sleep with your notebook next to you from Sunday to Monday. Wake up. When you wake up, write down your dreams, because the North Node is um, is your direction in life. So it's like your dream is pointing somewhere. Is showing you something. You might feel pulled towards something without logic, yeah, but you just quite know it. Um, okay, that's how we start on Monday. Now look at the symphony: 20 degrees, Sun, Venus, and Jupiter, and they all sit in the same degrees, like it's like neighbors, because they are neighbors, yeah, they're next house. So they're in semi sextile, but then Jupiter is in a sextile to the moon. Yeah, perfected on this day, which is this is a beautiful alignment. It's it's a nice flow. The sun is bringing stability and value, and in your 11th house, with your community, with your friends, social groups, hopes and dreams as well. And Venus is in your 12th house, as we talk about love, beauty, art here, creation, creativity, in communication, maybe. It's flirty. Here, Venus in Gemini is flirty, but it's behind the scenes, almost like you flirt with someone, but you don't say it directly. You don't know if the person knows that you are flirting with them or not. It's sending mixed signals. Um, I would say Venus on the 12th house is not clear. You're not like, hello, I like you, want to go out. It's more like, tell that guy I find him cute, asking him what he's doing, and then Jupiter exalted in your sign, bringing you expansion and luck in your persona, in your ego, you're self-confident, you're very lucky and fortunate with Jupiter in your first house. So it's a very nice alignment, yeah, that can, the energy of this day, I would say, is that conversations that matter, emotional truths surfacing gently, opportunities that feel right, and subtle but meaningful shifts in relationship. Um, you might say something that changes that dynamic, or realize what or who actually feels like home, or you just feel ready to trust your intuition again. Let's move to Tuesday. Tuesday, we have the moon still in Pisces. Now the moon is trining Jupiter in your first house, and it's still in this intuitive and emotional waters, okay? And you might feel even over emotional. Your emotion might be even heightened here with Jupiter activating the moon. Yeah, feelings are moving, responding, reacting, but you're not just sensing things anymore, you're engaging with what you feel. So now look at the aspect shaping the day. We have the moon in Pisces trining Jupiter in Cancer, as I showed, and sextiling the sun in Taurus, and squaring Venus. Okay, I'm gonna put in highlight the moon and squaring Venus. So it's a mix of flow as well. There is a little tension here with Venus. So the moon trine Jupiter It's okay, yeah. It's grow, it's feelings, soften, it's open. But then the moon sextile the sun as well. It's like what you feel is really aligned with your heart. Sun could be the heart, literally. Could be the heart, heart. Uh, then there is the square with Venus. So your heart is wide open. Uh, you feel grounded and real because it's Taurus, but there is a bit of confusion in communication, or again, mixed signals. Remember, I was just saying about Venus in your 12th house? Okay, you might feel one thing, you feel one thing in your head, you know what you want and you're feeling it, you're not expressing. Um, it's a desire for connection and closeness, but with mixed signals in conversations and relationships. Hmm? In your private life, it's not a it's not a heavy conflict day at all. It's a lot more subtle than that. It's just it's about adjustment in the frequency between your heart, your mind, and your soul. Yeah, so the mind and the heart are talking the same language. I would say here, you're you just not sending the right signals or not communicating properly what you feel or what you want, what you desire. Wednesday, it feels like waking up from a dream, and but then immediately wanting to act on it. We have the moon shifting to Aries, gonna conjunct Neptune again. Another very good night. By the way, before I'm recording this from Dubai, we are UTC +4. So do your mathematics when I say it about waking up in the morning, because this I set my chart for noon, 12 o'clock. So if you look here, the moon at 4 degrees, that means going to be in the morning. That's going to be, well, throughout the night, it's going to be conjuncting Neptune here in Dubai, but depending where you are, it could be the night before, it could be the day after, I don't know. But what does it feel? It's really good for a dream, but you might wake up feeling a little bit tired or a bit sad or a bit groggy, or wanting to go back to sleep. That feeling, a bit like almost like a depression, where you're like, oh fuck, why did I wake up? I don't feel like getting up. I want to stay in bed. That's the moon with Neptune together. um and then we have Mars in Aries and Venus in with the sextile. As I said, it's building to perfect on the 19th, but it's through the whole week. So there is still a harmony between action and attraction, between love and lust. What you want and how you go after it. Just don't send mixed signals. Don't, yeah. Mm. Because Venus in Gemini is also curiosity, is flirtation, communication, quite open to other loves, to multiple people, multiple tabs. You keep them open, all the tabs there. And you might not get what you want exactly because of those multiple tabs. Um, so the energy of the day: sudden inspiration, urge to act, romantic or playful communication opening up for sure, increased confidence in expressing desire, slight confusion and idealization in the background with Neptune close to the moon. You feel brave, Mars is pushing you to action, but also a little unsure. Might send a message without overthinking. You might feel drawn to someone or something unexpectedly, or you can act on a feeling that came out of nowhere. And then realize later that you're following your intuition and not logic because of Neptune. 14, Thursday. What's on Thursday? We have the moon in Aries. Now squaring Jupiter in Cancer. And that can amplify everything. The moon in Aries is like, it's impulsive. Yeah, you feel impulsive. You trust your instinct first. Okay, it's fiery, intuitive, and spontaneous, and confront emotional challenges. What else? Heads on. Yeah, impulsive nature, hard to cultivate patience and patience. Like I want it now. I'm gonna do it. Now, it's squaring Jupiter in your sign, exalted. So it expands this feeling of being impulsive and not really thinking or acting on impulse can be dangerous, can be. And the moon is coming close to Mars here, is still not in a conjunction, but it will come to. So emotions can be exaggerated today, not wrong, but just louder. Okay. And let's see what's happening with Taurus. We have Mercury conjuncting the Sun in Ceres, and he is preparing for the Kazimi the next day, where Mercury will burn in the heart of the Sun. So, emotions, yeah. So we enter in the heart of a realization. Mercury is about to go Kazimi the next day, which means the mind is stepping to the heart of the Sun, the center of the Sun, and that's a moment of clarity that is forming. But you're not fully there yet, okay? So add Ceres to that. Is not just mental, it touches as well a self-worth and nourishment, and what you truly need to feel safe and supported in your community, in your 11th house, in your hopes and dreams as well. Yeah. So there's something. Let's see what I have so many papers here. Yeah, because the 11th house is the friends and allies, but it's also the house of goals, is the house of wishes, is your future. Yeah, it's future oriented house. It's a great windfall, luck, financial luck, and windfall fulfillment. So you have the sun shining here in Taurus, but you're in Mercury going Kazimi. So it's a moment of clarity on those themes. Okay. So now we have the Aries moon, which is reactive and impulsive, and then you have the Taurus cluster, which is grounded and building clarity. So it's like part of you want to react, and that's based on your feelings, is your emotional side, but there is the other part that is processing something much deeper and more meaningful. So the energy of the day is emotional exaggeration, overreaction, restlessness, and impatience. Important insights starting to surface, and a need to pause before speaking or acting. So the insight is coming, but it needs a bit more stillness to fully land. Let's move to Friday, 15. Now that's the Kazimi. And you have this clarity moment about something related to your 11th house. but it could also, yeah, with your mind, or it could be with a moment of clarity, something with one of your siblings or your neighbor, or about selling or buying or something, or going online, publishing something. Yeah, okay, Friday. Now the moon enters Taurus, okay? And now it's shifting to grounding again, and the moon is exalted in Taurus. She's happy in Taurus. Moon is your ruler, yeah. So you should know about the moon more than anyone else. You're attuned to the moon, so she's happy. She's in a happy place. Your emotions are more grounded. Is when the body takes over as well. The pace slows, and that's there's a need for stability and comfort. Something that is real, yeah, to hold on to. Um, but then the moon is semi-sextiling Neptune still, okay? So there's still a subtle thread from the day before, and it's about your intuition, sensitivity. It's a feeling you can quite explain. So it's like you want calm and clarity with all this Taurus energy, but there is something in the background that's still slightly blurred or unfinished, um, like an emotional haze. And now we have the moon squaring as well Pluto, which is retrograde in Aquarius. We talked about that, and that's a very internal energies, inward energy. But Pluto could be, well, it's depth. It's depth and depth, and it's also transformation. But Pluto is also secret, hidden secrets that could come into surface regarding your friends, or wait, I want to see something very interesting. Um, about research, some secret about sex, about money that comes from other sources than your paycheck, your work, or inheritance, yeah, other people's money. Yeah, secrets. And looking at something, because yeah, Pluto rules your fifth house, the house of pleasure. There's something, maybe sexuality or something coming to light. Maybe you come to conclusion that you like man or woman, or vice versa, or something, or or someone that you know, or one of your friends decide to say, hey, I'm into this and that. I just throwing things there. I'm just wondering. Yeah, but that could be some hidden secrets that come into surface. And it could be as well regarding inheritance. Yeah, it could be that, oh my God, wow, you have this money to receive. Your uncle passed away in Zimbabwe. We received those emails. Everybody had, yeah. Someone that died and they don't have a relative. Don't open the emails, please. Do not answer because I said so. Um, I'm just saying that you could receive some unexpected money as well here. Uh, we are on Friday, yeah. Then we have Mercury same sextile Venus, Mars conjuncting Chiron. By the way, Mars is going to conjunct Chiron. It's going to be perfect on the next day, on the 16th. And let's talk about that because Mars is in alignment with Venus, remember? And also with Mercury. So there might be some communication throughout this week, meant strongly on the next day, on Saturday, but it could be on Friday, it could be at any time. That will touch a wound. Um, this is action meeting a wound, or a man meeting a wound, or that's old triggers around rejection, not being chosen, feeling exposed. It's in your 10th house. It could be related to your career, it could be something with your father, authority figure, someone above you. Um, your reputation, your social status, leader, fame, and the 11th house, the 10th house, sorry, it's also the house for our knees, literally knees, yeah, the body, the part of the body. Mars and Chiron could be a wound or a problem in the knee. It could mean a problem in your knee, but that doesn't apply for everybody. Imagine if all cancers would have a problem in the knee, or a fracture, or a wound, or you might hit, you might hurt. I don't know, maybe just a bruise, or um, in the physical world, but in the psychological sense, is a wound regarding rejection in one of those teams, or not being chosen, or a if you are a woman specifically and you had a recent breakup, there might be a conversation that will trigger this wound, or around love, around not being chosen, around being uh, um, left. Okay, that's what I have. Let's see, Saturday 16. Now we have the moon in Taurus, sextiling Jupiter in Cancer, and what else? Yeah, that brings some emotional ease, okay, back in the system again. So Taurus grounds a lot, and Cancer nurtures. Yeah, you nurture. It's in your first house, and Jupiter expands the good here. So it's like you slow down, you reconnect with what feels safe, most probably with your friends, and something inside of you is softening. After the intensity of the past days, this is a bit of a relief day, I would say, Saturday. But although the moon is not just sitting there, because throughout the day it will conjunct Ceres, the Sun, and Mercury in Taurus before moving to Gemini the next day on Sunday. So this is important because that's where things land actually. Because Ceres, what you need to feel nourished. Sun is awareness and clarity, and Mercury is understanding. And so it's like you feel something in your body with the moon, right? You feel in your body and you understand what you actually need, Ceres. Then you become conscious of it with the sun, and you can finally put into words. And very, very in- integrative. Um, Now look at this subtle but powerful pattern as well. We have Mercury in Taurus with Venus between, yeah, Venus and Mars. It's forming a mini triangle, and it's a delicate alignment between what you think, what you feel, and what you act, how you act. So yeah, it's like your mind trying to connect the dots between the yin and the yang, the masculine and the feminine, the love and the lust, the passion and the attraction. What else? Let's go to Sunday 17. How do we end this week? We finish the week with the moon entering Gemini, and first thing it's gonna do is gonna conjunct Uranus. And in your 12th house, and Uranus rule your 8th house, so I would say for you that's a breakthrough. It's in your subconscious, but it could be as well like unexpected message. But I believe the way I see, because it's a 12th house, and Uranus is ruling your 8th house, so there's something related to your subconscious mind, to psychology, to the underworld as well, um, but also to karmic and past events. So maybe some traumas, let's say traumas from other lives, or karmic, yeah, that might get into clarity. You might have this aha moment where you realize something, or you wake up, you had a dream, and you wake up like, oh my God, I never thought. I had this one day. I'm going to tell you a little story before we finish. When I was a kid, so I lived in 7 countries. Yeah, my parents, my mom was 20 years old when I was born, and I have a older brother. So my parents were divorced even before I was born. And my mom left me with my grandparents, and she went to Rio to study. Yeah, she graduated in psychology. Well, long story short, so I was raised by my grandparents until 5 years old. So the first years of my life, I didn't know, I didn't have affection for my mom, and I don't remember seeing my father very often. So when I was 5, she took me and my brother on holiday in Rio de Janeiro, where she was living, and she never returned us back to my grandparents in Recife, in my hometown. Then we moved to Switzerland, and we moved all over, and we were all over. I came back to Brazil, I was 13. And then, so I grew up without roots, without friends, or going to the same school. I was always moving places, moving cities, moving everything. And when I went back to my hometown at 17 years old, and I went to live with my grandma, every Sunday, especially Sunday, it was a day that I used to feel awful, because Sunday in Brazil is a day that you spend with your family. And people still used to go to church on Sunday, and they would have like this lunch and stuff, and the family would get together. But it was just me and my grandma, so we used to go to the movies sometimes, or watch TV, which was awful on Sunday. There was nothing on TV, so I always had this feeling of not belonging, or of loneliness. And what happened one day here, I went to a brunch with a couple, that was a few years ago here in Dubai, and it was on Sunday. And brunch, you drink and you eat, and I kind of got drunk. And when I was leaving the brunch, it was like 6 p.m. I had a moment, like I was sobbing in tears, but like like I couldn't stop crying all the way home. But I cried, and the same feeling was like really like in my chest in a way. I had, like, I got home, like, why am I feeling this way? Why? What the fuck is that? What is this feeling? Why? And I've been having this feeling every Sunday since my childhood, but I never relate one thing to another, except the day when I got drunk. I had this clarity moment. Something really said, wow, this is because it's Sunday. And it's the feeling that you used to have when you're a kid, and it's coming back. And actually, I have this every Sunday, but I never really understood why. But I had a moment of clarity. So that's I wanted to tell you this story, because since I had that, I never had it again. I never saw a Sunday the same way. Uh, Now I can be by myself in my home without anyone, and I don't feel lonely. The feeling is completely gone. It healed. Maybe it was something even from other lives. I have no idea. But from the moment it came into clarity, from the moment that the feel like exploded on me, and I understood exactly why I was feeling that way, I never had it again. Never. So what I'm saying here, that might happen to you because the moon is meeting Uranus on your 12th house. Uranus is ruling your 8th house. That you might have this aha moment, that you come into clarity about something that might happen. Okay, all of that to tell you this. But anyway, that's how you end the week, with some. With a wake-up call, some surprises, something that will liberate you, something unexpected, changing your perspective. And then the moon is sextiling Neptune, so even that, you see, it's like it could be during your dreams, or after the shock comes the intuition. It really does. Or again, Neptune dissolves things, so it's like the dissolution of something that came into clarity, some pattern of some feeling, some emotion that is blocking you, and then you have this whoa, this clarity, and it's like wow, finally, and you free yourself from it. Beautiful, that's beautiful, and I really hope something like that happened to you, because it's really liberating. I'm telling you as per experience, and not only that one, I had few moments like that, but it's so good when you carry something for so long and you don't understand. You just feel, but you don't understand. You don't know. It's just like, ah, fuck, I hate Sundays. I hate Sunday. Always feel lonely. I always feel lonely. The day it comes to clarity, it's like, oh wow, and then you never feel that again. Yes, what else do we have here? Let me see if I have something else on this day. The moon's trining Pluto again, that goes deeper. Yeah, it brings intensity, truth again, and depth. So one more time, it's like something is clicking in a profound way, and you understand what's really going on underneath. It could also be a conversation that reveals more than expected. Okay, stay open, stay flexible, and this is a mental awakening day. It's beautiful because what comes in unexpectedly might be exactly what you need to see. Okay, just press the fucking like button before you leave. Sorry. Oh man. Yalla, let's take one tarot card to see what is the if it comes to the Tower, I'm telling you, I'm gonna Ui! Am I joking? Am I fucking joking? I swear, you saw the card flying. Did you see this? I'm having goosebumps. I swear to you, I'm having goosebumps. Did you see? What did I just say? If it comes to the Tower, Aries, no, sorry, Cancer. I can make this up. I swear to you, I'm at home. I swear to my son that is downstairs. I just said, what if it comes the Tower? Or if it comes the Tower and this card just jump out of my hand, the Tower. Uranus, breakthrough. I don't. I don't need to say anything else. There it is. Man, wow. Any more message? Any more message for Cancer? I don't know. You know, I truly believe that if you come to this channel, if you come to this to watch this, is there is a message behind. I don't believe in coincidences. Yeah, I believe there is always something, and maybe I don't know who you are, who is watching this, but maybe this is a message for you. What I was just talking about. But please, if something happens, whatever happens, good, bad, write me, comment, send me a message, an email even if you want to talk in privately, you can send me a WhatsApp, anything. I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear from anyone. I'm always happy. So let's see. What does the angels want Cancer to know? Whoa, 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 whoa. Calm down. Oh. 5555. What does it say? Get grounded. Centering. Reassessment. Grounding. Balance. Focus. Energy. Rest. Priorities. If you're feeling burned out from overworking, the angels encourage you to ground your energy. Reassess your priorities and determine what thoughts are keeping you in a constant state of doing instead of simply being. What is causing my current burnout, and how can I reconnect with a state of peace and balance? Take 10 minutes today or this week to sit quietly, or every day. Close your eyes and focus on your breath. Visualize yourself as a tree with strong roots connecting deeply into the earth, grounding your energy and calming your mind. Okay, Aries. Aries, why I keep saying Aries? My goodness, sorry, Cancer. Maybe because I just recorded Aries. That's probably why. Thank you very much for watching. 40 minutes of video. I think you had enough of me. But I'll see you next week for sure. Bye for now.